Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing? I haven't seen you all day.
All day?
All day. Well, I had seen you.
You
You've
were
been on
like
the
a
couch
wolf.
next to me.
Oh, I guess that's true.
You've been working your ass off.
I don't know about that.
Huh?
Not that.
Oh.
Working hard or hardly working?
No, it doesn't really work that way.
Does
It
it? Oh,
doesn't.
okay.
It doesn't. I mean, you always have to be careful about like catchphrases and buzzwords and stuff like that because they'll act like, not Oppenheimer because that's
That's the guy who.
Oh golly, I can't remember what his name is. It was a priest or minister during World War II. Bonhoeffer, maybe I think is the name.
Why is such a.
And his parents taught him not to. Oh, I need to move this tank, girl.
Careful.
For that was some sketchy
That's
Saturday earlier.
valuable artwork.
Well, the thing is, okay, so Bonhoeffer's parents taught him, supposedly, that you don't coin phrases have a tendency to be misleading,
That's true.
and so you have to be really careful about that kind of thing. So you don't want to be all oh, because it's coined phrase that it's okay to that's truth. I can't. There's certain things. Not everything black and white, right? There's just kind of a gray area. What's up, you afraid? Afraid in the house?
Oh, what's up?
But so you have to explore, much like we're doing today. I will go into this, and again, I'll say this several times. I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. Shadows for me has been like has been a problem for me, right? Right. What? But it's like I for some reason I have a hard time seeing shadows.
Yeah. Well, I guess if they're not dramatic, they're very hard to recognize.
That's a good. What would you consider a dramatic shadow?
Well, probably like having a flashlight up in somebody's face.
All up in somebody's
All
face.
up in somebody's
Like what?
Face.
Why are you up in my face like that?
Why? The flashlight?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The flashlight's all up in somebody's face, and you got the shadows spilling everywhere, everything else like that. So, okay, so we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Last week we weren't here.
No one noticed.
No, probably not.
They didn't even care.
I told you to suck it up. Yeah, golly. That's YouTube life, baby. Sometimes you got them people here, they viewing you, they loving you, and the next moment they don't. That's just how it rolls. That's that YouTube. The YouTube.
Oh, you know what I learned recently?
I'm afraid to ask.
You should be. No, I'm kidding.
I'm always afraid to ask.
YouTube
You are the huh? You're Gen Z.
I am Gen Z. We know a lot of cursed things.
Mm-hmm.
But YouTube recently added a feature where if you say, hit that like button or hit that subscribe button, they'll light up. I'm serious. I don't know what the exact phrase is, either hit that like button or smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like
and
button.
if that doesn't work, go ahead and hit it too.
Hit it.
But if you break your computer screen, we cannot be held accountable.
Sorry, that got weird.
That did get weird. That's very, very weird.
But
Extremely
it should have
weird.
lit up.
What's up, Mike? Yeah, sorry, I'm late for class. This is not a class. I do not know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to shadows. In case because you were late, I'll just let you know. I'm winging this as much as I possibly can. And that's what R-Star Kamikaze is. Kamikaze, while it's spelled completely wrong.
Intentionally.
Is right. Is because it's to showcase something coming in and just smashing in and like that like button.
We're taking you down with us.
And just showing how stupid something is or how ridiculous or
we're something.
Yeah.
We're the stupid
like
stuff.
shadows are just ridiculous. Shadows are ridiculous.
Don't ever say that again.
But I like it.
Don't.
Right, I like it. It reminds me of donkeys.
This is our show.
Ridiculous.
No.
You ever heard of the Mexican donkey? Anyway.
What?
No. So okay, so you think that this now YouTube has it? Thanks, Mike. I feel better now. We'll see how it goes through the rest of the thing while I'm trying to do shadows. I can't see shadows. So you think that the way that you say how to smash that like button, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon to let you know that when we go live on all the great Indie Comics Network stuff that's right here. And if you can't find us on YouTube, always type in IndieComicsNetwork.com. You mean when we do that kind of thing, YouTube lights up, everybody know that we're here?
That's a little complicated for the algorithm.
That's a little complicated.
I don't know.
Smash the like button. Hit the like button.
That should work.
That should work.
Did it light up? It might not work on live stream.
What's gonna light up? The
button.
Oh, no set.
Yeah, no set. I'm serious. I'm serious right now.
We're a family show, so it's no sit, duck, duck you, mother
it's
ducker,
autocorrect.
Another ducker. So
Nah.
great. Our Wi-Fi is laggy. Audio is good. Cameras are occasionally freezing frame.
I hope they're not freezing when I look ugly.
Oh, just keep going, and guys, just stick with us. We've been having this problem lately with our Wi-Fi because we're out in the middle of BFE. It's crazy that I'm moving and she's stuck, right? That's just how weird our Wi-Fi is. It's like, and we're on the same computer. Anyway, so guys, what I asked for you to do is we're going to go ahead and do this, and let's see what happens. So let's have a journey.
Come with us now on a journey through time and space.
That's a new one.
It is.
The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
So if you are watching and you are an artist, an artiste, an actual artist,
You shouldn't be here.
You're not going to learn shit from us. But if you are actually an artist and you have some keen wisdom to share with us as far as it comes to shadows, please
teach us.
Let us know something. Go, oh, you're doing it wrong. What is wrong with you? You're teaching people the wrong things.
Yeah.
I keep waiting for that comment. Thanks, right? Says I am ride and die with you all. Aww.
It's mostly die. It's kamikaze. You not think about that? It's ride and die, you know?
Ride and die.
Jeez. Oh.
What a fun way to say a normal thing, right?
So anyway.
That's like the only time you can use that clip.
That's my new man. I hit it with Chad the other day. When he was talking about it was a racial communication class, and I forget that button. What a fun way to say something normal. So anyway, as always, guys, go ahead and smash that like button if you do have some information for us when it comes to shadows, or you having a problem with understanding something. Please talk about it in the comments, because after all,
It's interactive? You son of a bitch.
that's right, it's interactive.
And we do read every comment.
We do. We might not put it up.
I don't.
Well,
I don't care about it.
that is so. What is wrong with you? No, really.
A little bit of tough love.
Tough love from who? Your mother?
No, to them.
Oh, to them. Okay. Okay. So anyway, I put this up because I figured why not start with the most difficult effing thing that we have possible, right?
What?
This. So this is this is your dramatic lighting, right?
Yeah.
This is what you would call dramatic lighting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the idea behind this is Rodney Fike, when he was in art class, Rodney Fike of Haslam Productions, he had made the statement before that he was taught to look at the shadows to understand form. And if you look at Rodney's, Boba Fett, or any other Star Wars character, you also realize you see how he uses those shadows to make those forms, and he does a really well job of it. So I wanted to try to understand shadows a little bit better. And so what I thought we'd do is we'll put it up on the screen like we have here now. Huh?
Go trace
We're going to
it.
trace it, and we're going to
My favorite
see.
pastime.
Now, Jaden, not all these shadows here are not all the same color.
Well, no, they're different values.
They're different what?
Values.
They're different what?
Values?
They'll say it again.
Values.
Thank you. What is a value, Jaden?
It's when the shadows are different tones, like one is darker.
Tones?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Tones?
Say it again.
Stop this! What is happening? When one, like, okay, say you have like a medium shadow, like I guess he would be about a medium towards the right side, and the shadow behind him is probably one of the deepest values here. It's the darkest, next to whatever that is beside him. Those values.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
No, that's perfectly fine. That's okay.
I tried.
I'll beat you later.
The advice of learning forms through shadows is really helpful because a lot of people want to break it down and like start drawing lines over everything they do to try and give it volume. When in actuality, if you just like throw a shadow over it, it helps a lot. You'd be shocked.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Throw a shadow over it?
You throw a shadow over it. Sounds like you're throwing a over something.
Well, just look at how shadows.
And while I'm asking you this question, this is not a right or wrong question. This is.
It will be for me.
I can hear it echo.
I always answer wrong. You okay?
No, I'm hoping somebody will close their door.
The man is coming.
Oh.
No, but when I ask you that question, because I'm serious, this is a real question. This is something I'm asking you
This is not
to
gonna end
teach
well.
me. Well, no, because it's not like so what's the right answer, Jaden? What is a
I'll
violet?
find
What
a
is
way
a
to
shadow?
answer it wrong. I'm telling you. Go ahead, ask. I'm all ears. Except I'm not. I have
No, okay, so what do you mean by when you can't find that form, putting the shadow over it?
Well, see what was the tipping point for me was seeing how it hit the face. Because you could let me put this in the simplest way I can explain it. Your brow here, right beneath it, and right above your eye, there's almost always a shadow because it's one of the deeper parts of your face. Now, depending on how your face is built, that might change, but usually this right here, like especially towards the inner corner, is gonna have the deepest value, or like your Cupid's bow. So when you're drawing shadows, that's where you're gonna see most of the shadow.
Your Cupid's bow. Is that what it's called?
Because it's a little ended.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you've never seen The Prophecy.
No, sir.
With Christopher Walken. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant movie. I love The Prophecy. But there's a part of it, and he goes, you know why you have he's Gabriel, the archangel Gabriel, who's pretty much rebelling against God. He's pulling a Lucifer. I know.
Well, that doesn't sound like what I read.
But yeah, even still. But he said, do you know why you have that indentation above your lip?
Why?
Because when you were a baby, I told you a secret, and I said, shh. That's what it was. Yeah, but it's kind of like Wesley Snipes in Blade, right? You always have these motherfuckers trying to skate up Ice Hill. It's a corny ass line, but I'll tell you what, he freaking delivers it. He delivers it.
You couldn't say it without sounding like an idiot, but he knew what he was doing.
I think I'm hurt by that statement, but okay.
No, just pointing out, just saying things, you know what I mean?
All right. So I'm going to put multiply on this, try to darken that up a little bit. All right. So we got some comments. You all had a sound a little quiet. You all sound a little quiet, but I can still make you out. I turn up my speakers more.
Don't tell me what to do.
The prophecy is great. It is. And it's actually 4 of them, but I would stop at 3. But yeah, it's interesting. Okay. Huh?
Can we turn it on? Did we do that? Am I just quiet?
I mean, I don't know.
Hello? Is that good enough for you?
Stop being mean to Mike.
Sorry.
Golly, you're an
I
a-hole.
love that guy, seriously.
All right.
So I'm going to scream in his ears.
That's golly. All right. So here, I'm going to try to get this. So I'm going to try to get these tones and these shadows right, which I won't, but we're going to try anyway.
The ones you've got highlighted are probably the deepest value.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Where would the darkest value be?
I'm going to show you why I don't think that is. Because here,
Yo.
in here, down here, through here.
Yeah.
Some of this here.
You think that's darkest?
I think because you can see it.
Yeah, but I think you see it because the way it contrasts against the darker one.
Do you think that's what it is?
Maybe. Hold on. What'd you put over them? Take them off.
All right, let's do this. Okay. Now, if I remove that,
Okay, yeah. That one is the darkest. The one you're putting up.
which one?
The one you just highlighted.
This
No.
or the one before?
The one before.
Okay. Now I gotta go back and do it. Thanks, Jaden. Because you can see it through the shadow
Yeah.
here, and there's like little areas here. And I'm not gonna get too detailed into this because I'm not gonna bore the hell out of people. Jeez, Jaden.
You do that anyways.
See, you're so cruel. Because if I did that, we would be here all night, and everybody would hate us, and they won't smash that like button.
It's not gonna work. I think it works maybe once. The entire thing.
Well,
So-
then that's a jip.
Well, you never know which one's gonna pick up.
But I think this, like right here, is about the same value. No, that's not how I wanted to do it.
Another thing about values, especially in illustration, it might not apply fully to real life, but there's usually only about I think the minimum is 4. Like you could do 3, but it's not as natural. The minimum is 4.
The minimum is 4.
That's how I work.
Where did you hear that?
Learned it. I'm making this up, boy. But that's where you usually get your deepest, your lightest, and then you get your 2 mediums. And that again, bare minimum. I always do more than that, but if you had to simplify it to its core, that would be it. It really just depends on how complicated your shading is. Because I don't use cell shading all that often, but if you're using cell shading, it wouldn't have to be that much.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. And then I'm going to hit this here. We'll hit this here. That. I mean, we're just playing around, probably boring the hell out of people.
I would stick with 8. For a full picture, probably 8 values. All over range.
All right, so this is what we're looking at so far.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're getting kind of an idea. The darker shadows in the shadows, the darker shadows in the shadows. There's something's up here.
Shadows.
Yeah. And let's get this guy. Okay, so what do you think? Let's take this down. Do you think that his shadow here is the same as that, right?
I think it's the same
I
value.
think it's the same.
I mean, it might be a little darker. No, I think it's just the blur.
I think it's just blur. Okay.
It's the same. It's the same value.
Well, let's see. Let's add this to it. Do.
Yeah, there's something I can't do.
What?
Shadow distortion. It's all about perspective, really, which I'm terrible at. So I try not to do it, but it does add a lot of depth.
Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Now, some of the shadows on here, like, okay, so these are basically core shadows, right?
Right? Are these your midtones?
Well, your core shadows are going to be the shadows. Your core shadows are going to be the shadows that are reflected, usually, right? These are the main blacks.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so these are the ones that these are the things that are reflected from something or that are caused by something, right? Like that core shadow is him,
Yes.
right? But if we look at what's interesting is you look at his pants. You see his pants
Barely.
and his
Yes.
shoes. Okay.
Where's this going?
Well, his pants are a lot darker than this, right? I gotta go back over here and set this straight. So you can see his pants outside of these shadows. What does that mean? I have no idea.
It's a cool shape. looks like a chair. No one wants to be in my brain.
But you could see.
It's darker than his shadow. Is that what you're saying? The pants?
Uh-huh.
That is weird. He must be wearing, like, basically black pants. I don't think blue jeans would call that. Or maybe it's because they're under the table.
Right. He's got something in his hand here, right? It's darker here. And these are coarse shadows here too. So what we're going to do is hit this like that. Hit this here. Now, I think his face shadow is a little bit lighter, right? So we're going to go here, here. Ooh. Here. And we're going to come out. If you just stick with us, guys, we are going. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to pull out some guys, some people. This is a little more complicated. I'm like totally. I started with the worst freaking thing to start with. Really, all honesty.
Is it? I mean, it's pretty complicated.
It is. It is. But I wanted to just, I wanted to give us. I don't like that tone. This has got to be a little bit darker here because it's got to set out from there. I think this shade here is a little bit lighter than his hair. And of course, there's some itsy bitsy, teeny weeny shadows through this, right?
You want to worry about the overall when it comes to shadows, the details.
Right. Look at that. Look what we did.
You can make out a form from that, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. And this is just picking out the shadows.
A great exercise that I learned, I don't use it because I'm stupid and I forgot, but recently,
that came out a lot better than I thought it would.
I learned of a practice learning human forms, especially in faces. Take the dramatic the dramatic photos of people, as just dramatic as you can find, with as much shadow as possible. Just draw the shadows. Don't draw the outline of the person. I mean, you can if you want.
Yeah, we're going to go into that. Yeah,
really,
absolutely. I got some photos that are the dramatic lighting, as you like to say, that we're going to take a look at and kind of cut out and get an idea. Because my idea here is not necessarily to understand shadows. Ha! I fooled you all. Ha ha ha! No, it is actually to understand form through shadows.
Yeah, baby.
Right.
I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that before the video started.
Yeah. Now, Chad says, Jaden speaks my language. Simply speaking about these things, I would worry. I'd be worried, Jaden.
Is that a compliment? It's like a backhanded one.
No, yeah, it is Chad. No, I love Chad. Shadows are just shapes like everything else.
Everything in the universe.
That is deep. The photo looks very familiar, or maybe it resembles something else I've seen. I don't know. Look, honestly, I just pulled these photos from the archive of the internet.
Reminds me of the last season of Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah, I guess that's good. Oh right, how they use the shadows to show him free from.
Yeah.
Because like throughout the thing when they're showing Saul throughout the show.
Is this a spoiler?
Probably.
Warning.
Okay, so I'll keep it as spoiler free. Throughout the show, they're kind of showing him in shadow as being captive by everything that's held him down. But the last scene that you see with Saul, I'll put it that way, he's in the light.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the color comes back, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least there was color in something he had.
It had something to do with it, yeah.
I really like the art direction. With Saul and
I'll have to look that up. John Paul Leon was a master of shadows. That looks cool. I know it. I didn't even mean to do that. What?
This is that minimalist art you see on all those rich white moms walls.
Right. You can actually do that with charcoal and Conte, drawing the shadows first.
I know a lot of people that do that.
What is Conte?
It's probably something like I'm supposed to know.
I don't fucking know.
I use a pencil and eraser.
And we're artists. No, that's a compliment. Speaking to me like I'm 5 and I'll be happy. That's what he's saying. He's 5. Okay. Here's where we get to some tricky stuff here. Oh, it's like a crown. A crayon. A crayon. Crayon. Conte crayons are fun. Oh, okay. Cool. So let's see. I got a little bit of thing right here. I'm gonna hit that shadow.
Fat crayons? Could be totally mistaken.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. I'm going to go with this midsection here. And what I have actually over here on the side that you can't see on the screen is I have a selection of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 grades.
Grace.
Okay. Oh, which is funny.
Because I said it.
No, I had nothing to do with that.
Oh.
But I have 8 grades, which is from darkest to the lightest shades. Just so that way I have it. I actually have it on. I have it as a save on my color set to get tones right. So now here's the thing about the hand. Okay, so the hand is all in one shadow, right? But it's a little tricky. You know why it's tricky?
Why is it tricky?
Because that's in the shadow. Let's make a darker shadow here. Let's get those fingers. See, there's a little bit of a shadow on those fingers, right? Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't really see it though, can you? Okay, I want to get some of this. And we're gonna give me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We got this. We got this. I'm gonna use that here. I'm gonna use some of this here for what the hell is that on the thing? Is that a rock? I'm not sure. Look, even his cup. I'm going to hit a smaller part of his cup here. Get that there. There's a lighter gray in there, a very lighter gray.
It's the very top.
At the very top, yep.
Very nice.
I'm going to hit that. Maybe hit the lighter gray on these curves here so we can see. Have there around his collar.
Where did you get this image?
I don't know. It's beginning to hurt me.
I feel like it's from something.
It could very well be. I'm just looking for black and white photos, right? Okay, so I'm going to hit that gray there to get that idea. And then I'm going to get some darker grays to kind of add that speckled color in there, right? Now, here's the thing about this damn table. I'm going to hit it with a lighter gray. And then I'm going to come in with just a darker gray to hit some of them spots. And I'm not going to sit here and hit all the damn spots. You got to be kidding me. But it's obviously wood. So boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see what that looks like without the photo.
A little bit.
Sure. I tell you what, though, he looks pretty freaking badass that way. That's it. I quit. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing shadows, and I'm just gonna do this forever. Right.
This could probably go for $1,000.
Say, they are. It's charcoal mixed with graphite and clay. I liked working with them in life drawing classes. I drew so many naked people. It's cocaine.
Is it now?
It's cocaine. Oh, that's a big thing of cocaine.
Some mama likes it. Seriously, what?
He's got all sorts of crack. He's got the cocaine. All right, I tell you what. Let's add this this shadow to here. Nope, too dark. And you have little bits. And look here. You see here the little bits of shadow that are. Come on, man. The little bits of shadow that are in here. It's like little cracks.
You know what I've learned?
No.
Oh.
But it wasn't from me. I'm pretty sure.
No, it might have been. Hard corners. Usually there's a transition point. That's the lightest value on the object, or closer to the lightest value. How do I explain that? There's a little bit of highlight right on the corners. It's usually to show it's rounded. It's a rounded edge. Kind of like
here?
Yes. No, hold on. Go down to the table.
Right here? This rim light.
Streak.
You mean the rim lighting?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's for instance, okay, let's say we do this with his face. Right on the edge here, it's rim light. There's bounce light, and there's rim light, right?
Rim light,
okay.
I've only ever applied it to people.
But let's say for this, I'll do this. Where's my damn color sense? Let's hit it really light, and you would have it almost kind of like a bounce highlight here. Yeah, and it adds Yeah, it adds that little more. As it helps add that form a little better, right?
Right.
All right. So we got an idea. This is kind of. I'm not going to sit here and do the whole picture. So, but
Very coward.
That's right. So, like, no, I don't want to do it. Okay, there's a big black shadow here. I want to do that core shadow. All right. So this is what? About the same as this up here, right?
Probably.
Yeah. No. No.
Yeah,
Okay, there we go. All right. Damn it, your head's in the way. People can't see because your head. So here we go. Let's hit this.
Looks like finger painting.
Go in here. Hit that with a darker gray. And what I want to do next week is I've found a new. You have that cinema blend thing.
Cinema blend. No.
Oh, the cinema. When we looked at the cinema colors and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I found another site that has several stills from movies, and it doesn't really call out the palette, but it just it shows you the colors on it. So what I want to do is I want to take a couple of those next week, and I want to start doing them. I want to replicate the colors, only the colors, to get an idea to help us understand how color theory and colors work together.
Fascinating. Sounds like a lot more than my brain can process.
Well, I'll go slow.
I hate colors.
But you do it so well. All right, so this is what we're looking at. It is a dramatic piece that I feel like I could sell this today
You could.
in art stores or in
For way too much.
in art galleries. I am missing my calling, comic books. What the hell?
Put effort into stuff.
Let me tell you. So, okay, so let me import this. Image. So I want to do this with a building. Here's a building.
That is a building.
Say hello, building.
Hello, building.
All right.
I can identify that pretty fast. Just saying.
But I don't want to hit the values on this one. I want to just try to see if we can't capture the overall shadows on it, the darker shadows, to help us get the idea of the form, right?
Like on the roof.
Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, now for you guys at home, you probably see this the way I see it on my screen. Unfortunately for Jaden, it is not as it's not as clear because of the monitor she's looking at it on. Well, it looks how you see how dark it is here. Well, in actuality, it is not that dark on my screen. Yeah, come see. Whoa. Okay, come on, hurry up. Golly, wait. Run, Jaden, run.
All right. Yeah, you're right. That's a lot better.
That's a lot better.
Why is the contrast so high?
I don't know. Maybe I could fix it one day.
Kaboom.
Sit down.
That's what you get, jerk one. You held me back so you can make that joke.
It's like a dad joke or something. I don't know.
It's worse.
All right. So, but I don't want to do this in color.
Now it looks blue.
Yeah,
It just looks blue on your screen.
it does. I'm just supposed to be blue.
Well, it is. Oh, there we go.
Now it's black and white. All right.
Gothic. Now it looks
Gothic.
cool.
So this is going to help everyone to see it, the shadows a little better. I suck at seeing shadows, so this really helps.
I don't see shadows.
I know where you're going with that.
I'm gonna use it again when we do the color.
I know where you were going with that, jerk.
I guess I'm just not like other.
I knew Shut up.
I see all shades,
See?
but
All right.
it doesn't make
So let's say I'm going to try to hit this hard and steady and shut up and don't comment on what I just said.
Someone else can do it though.
If Chad's there, he's going to say something. I know.
He's already typing. Or he probably stopped because we called him out. If he doesn't say something now, we'll know we called him out. So he has to. But then we'll know that he was thinking it. You know, it's like a paradox.
All right. We're hitting the forms here. Here. This is really tedious work.
It really is. I think you're going too detailed, actually. I think you should just be blocking it in.
Why, whatever do you mean?
Well, just like the basic shapes. Rectangle. That's a favorite of mine.
Rectangle?
Yes.
I always thought you were rather square myself.
Just short rectangles.
All right, let's do this. Okay. Oops, wrong thing. All right. So you think I should just be doing square circles?
Even for the
Okay, so you think like this here,
yeah.
here,
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah. I don't know how else you do it.
Huh?
I think that's the best method. And if there is details that help give the illusion later, then you can always add them after.
Okay.
But I mean, that's the kind of stuff like once you lay down your values, you're gonna paint over them. We're just learning values right now, right?
No, we're not learning values. We're learning form through shape.
Right.
Remember, we talked about this. This was at the beginning of the freaking show. If you're not paying attention, how can I expect them to?
You gotta look at the overall first.
You hurt my head.
It's easy to get caught up in the details.
Okay. So where's my light source coming from?
Can I look on your monitor?
Well, you should be able to tell from there.
It's really faint. Probably overhead. Like from in front, overhead. I think it gets darker from the back.
Okay.
Really cute.
But you see, okay, so I'm blocking this in like you said, right? But the only thing about it is am I really understanding my forms here?
Well, yeah.
You think this should be here? Locked into?
Yeah, but with a lighter gray.
See, I told you I wasn't trying to do forms.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just take this shadow.
But okay, so you think, okay, let's see.
I mean, you can always, are those blinds
What?
in the window down there? What are those?
Those will be the windows, Jaden.
I mean, in the windows. Are those shutters? I really can't tell from the screen.
I don't feel like I'm teaching anything or learning anything. I just don't.
You're still just doing windows. I mean, we've just started.
All right. Man,
Neighbors.
Okay, see now, this is what we're looking at.
Yeah. You can tell that's a building of sorts. Sort of.
Sort of.
It looks crooked, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, it's not like it's like done the best way. All
I
right.
don't know, but
All right, let's go with the lighter. Let's hit it with the lighter. Because now I got to do that just to see. All right. Well, actually, hold on. Tell you what, let's do it like this because I don't want to sit here. Damn it. Mother of pearl.
mother of pearl. Mr. Crickles. Show off my cool jewelry.
So here we go with this here. You got a Spider-Man.
I got a spider on my necklace. Yeah. I'm not a boring person at all. This is the most interesting thing that's happened to me all week.
All right. See, okay, so we're hitting this with different shadows. See, I feel like I'm adding too much time.
Well, what are we doing here?
Nothing, Jaden.
You're just filling in those little cracks.
Yeah. Well, because you have to take consideration. Let's say this is a lighter gray here. Because you want to add value. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, but see here, even then, I don't feel like I'm conveying that as well as I want to, and no wonder it's a freaking color burn. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to highlight the shadows, but I'm not going to worry about value. Okay.
Just the darks, then.
Just
The really obvious.
like, for instance, you have this line here. These here. Right? Because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the forms too. Because we have value and we have yes, while we do have value on these as well, what we're really using shadow for is to get our form, right?
Yes. Yes.
And this, I feel like, okay, yeah, this is value here. But you guys, y'all need to say something in the chat when y'all can't see something. You need to tell me something too. It's like, I don't know what you're doing, Dad.
I tried to say it, but the words didn't come.
Mm-hmm. Like, I wonder how long I can make him look like an idiot. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
So we know this shadow's here.
I think the problem is you're starting with
Starting with what? No. What? What are we gonna say?
No, you're doing it fine. You're just being a snob.
Because of your values?
No.
What?
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm not going to be working in values the entire time. And you're probably right to a degree. But what I'm trying to get is an understanding of form, not necessarily an understanding of value. Oh, what's the difference? Well, there's no difference per se, except for how I want to simplify and work faster. Everything you do as an artist needs to push you to get the most efficiency. Not necessarily to be faster, well, depending on what kind of artist you want to be. If you want to be a starving artist and you're just like, galleries or whatever, you can, well, I'll put it this way. If you're trying to live off of your art, the faster you are, the more you can produce and the more you can make.
I was just making good art fast.
And that's possible. It is very possible. People do it. Right?
Yeah. Because they made him deal with the devil.
Huh?
Yep.
Oh, Robert Johnson, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea what that's talking
That
about.
song, isn't it?
What song?
I have no idea
Okay, you've heard of the whole "sold my soul to the devil" at the crossroads and everything.
Yes, just now.
See, like this here, there, but there is a shadow here. Helps with that. There was, and there's like recordings of them talking to people that knew him. There's a guy named Robert Johnson, and Robert Johnson, he was a blues player, and he wanted to play blues so badly, but they hated the local blues people hated him coming around picking up the guitar, and they used to fuss at him all the time for playing the guitar because he didn't know how to play a damn lick. So Robert went to Mississippi, like you do.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, in Mississippi, Robert disappears for about 3 months, maybe 6. I don't remember what the whole thing was.
It's a lot of time.
Right. Well,
Presume.
presume.
Maybe he just...
See how we're kind of getting the idea of the form here?
Yeah.
And I'm not even really adding value to it.
Yeah. It's just one value.
Really, pretty much. I'm going to hit this here. And even some of this, I can, and while it's really faded for me, I can only make out so much, but I can tell where a shadow is going to be. So anyway, so Robert Johnson shows up about 3 months later, and he is kicking everybody's ass on the guitar. So when asked, Robert, how did you get so good on the guitar? Well, he sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads. Meaning Mississippi Crossroads, right?
Right.
I think it was
The
Mississippi.
devil lives in Mississippi.
Well, only at the crossroads. So anyway, the interesting thing about Robert Johnson, and there's many interviews with people who knew him and were like, they don't know how he was able to play guitar that fast. And he's basically the father of what would become rock and roll.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, what ended up happening was Robert Johnson went nuts.
Oh.
Died in a mental institution screaming about how the hounds of hell were coming for him.
I don't know if that quite went the way he wanted it to.
Well, anyway, that's the legend of old Robert Johnson. And so when you see "sold your soul to the devil" at the crossroads, that's usually what that stands for. It harkens back to Robert Johnson.
Maybe they got a good deal. Probably not, because he went insane. I bet he made a lot of money, though.
Yeah. Well, look at this. See, if you are interested in a reprint of Flash Gordon newspaper strips by Alex Raymond, it's scheduled to come out this year in July, and another book later this year. Talk about shadows. Yeah, absolutely. I know who would really love that. Randy probably hasn't known him. Maybe not that, but he probably has one that's been reprinted. But yeah, I definitely want to check that out. And thanks, Mike. Mike says I'm doing well with the shadows. I trust.
I do.
So it's a very eerie feeling into this, right?
It's kind of dreadful.
But you get the idea here.
It is a building.
Hmm?
It's definitely a building. So
Right. Let's put this here because I want to bring that form out over here a little more, right? Add that here. Your head's in the damn way again. I think this is a bush or something over here, so I want to add that shadow to it just to get the form for that. And then we have the stairs here. And one thing about shadows that I did see is when you're doing shadows, it helps to make it look like they're connected.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not going to make anything because I got lost. And see, that kind of helps me to think in that three-dimensional. When you're thinking in three-dimensional going around, it really helps to bring your form out. Like, instead of just going, straight down, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, remember that you're thinking in 3 dimensions, right? So you'll see me tuck under, come down, tuck around, come up, and over. Right? And some of this here. Up. Because these shadows aren't on a flat plane. These shadows are three-dimensional. Right?
Probably. Well, they technically are on a flat plane.
Well, no, okay. In photo and everything, but that's not how we want to make it look. Because in real life, they're not on a flat plane, are they?
No.
Right. So we
Unless
want to
they're on
give.
this picture.
So all it is perspective and everything else like that, giving it the illusion that it is three-dimensional, even though you and I both know it's not. So you can pretty much get an idea of what that is. So I'm not even going to hit. So I want to hit these partially up here. And the reason why I want to hit these partially is because I want to show the form on these. And like you said, yes, it is nitpicking, but it's nitpicking to understand form. It's not nitpicking to understand shadow. Because, yeah, you're right. We do not have to go to this extent to add shadow, right?
No, I guess not. I just was saying that we were talking in terms of value before.
Right.
It's nitpicking to do it before laying down whatever value is under it.
Right.
You want to lay
No,
down
I
the
didn't.
overall value first, and then go into the details.
I don't have a curriculum, Jaden. Okay,
I know
I'm
what that
winging
is.
this. I said at the beginning that I'm doing the best thing I can.
We're all doing the best we can. All the time, and it's not enough.
I'm not a master man. I'm not a master
You
woman
could've
either.
fooled me.
I'm just some schmo that acts like he knows what he's doing to come on YouTube and help other people.
Well, you fooled Mike.
But look, why?
Good job. Great. You're deceptive.
You know, people aren't going to like you. I'm just telling you that now.
That's the intention.
Wow.
I'm just gonna leave you.
Why does nobody hire me? Because they don't like
I
you.
get hired by one person.
Why?
That's
why
all
not?
I need. That's all I need to make it.
All right. So I'm not going to get much on this one anymore. Oh, thank you, Mike. Mike says I'm still explaining shadows well. I'm too hard on myself.
Oh,
Oh.
you should be harder in my opinion.
Oh, you're such a witch. Anyway,
Not hard enough.
so that gives us an idea of what it is. And in fact, I think you could probably have a little bit of the shadow here to even get the idea of that roundness, right?
Right.
So I want to take one day. I also want to take houses and stuff, and I want to break them down into boxes because I'm trying to get an idea of layering to make things. Because sometimes you could do backgrounds and things, and they just feel flat, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. I tell you what. Let's do some. Let's do a couple more of these, and then we're gonna call it a night.
That was fast.
Well, we've almost been doing this for an hour.
It doesn't really feel like it.
That's because I make it fun.
Oh, I think you're making it fun.
All right, so we should start out in the darker shadows first, right?
Right. Probably. No.
No?
Yeah. No, we're just trying to get form.
Well, okay. Well, let's say we're going to do values. No, let's just go with form.
Just thinking about it.
I am.
Just
Think about
let's
how,
start with form.
because there is values here. So let's hit. I'm gonna hit this darker part here, right? There's absolutely nothing coming through this here. All right, this is completely a core shadow.
Yeah.
Like this form right here is going to help us get an idea of the overall form of this guy. And you see this little triangle piece right here that I'm doing? There it is actually something that is, I can't remember who did that, right? But it was that face triangle is actually a rule when you lay down shadows on faces.
The face triangle.
This triangle right here on the cheek.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what causes it?
Well, yeah, the nose and the.
It's the tension.
Yeah.
It's your-
So, I mean, here, this is what we got when we lay down just those core shadows.
It's creepy. I don't like it. Gotta start over.
Well, I'm not even done because that's not even the dark. That's not all the darkest parts on his face.
No, it's
Right?
scary.
We can go here. We can go right around here in that area, that little lip curl here.
Seems like Papa. You've made it Papa.
Hey, what do you know? Well, also what it helps us to understand is another fun tool to put into our arsenal: negative space.
Ooh.
Why? What is negative space?
It's that stuff you don't draw.
That's it, right? And it helps to add our forms. Negative space is amazing when you got it right.
Yes, and I abuse it.
So, I mean, this is what we're looking at.
It's very creepy.
It's creepy, but there's such an artistic
It's like-
view to it,
okay,
right?
This is what they used for logos when they have people on them. It's
Yeah, I
just-
can see that.
It's just the form.
Yeah.
And it's freaky every time.
So I want to get some more of this. Okay, so this in here is probably a dark shadow. This here is a dark shadow. Here. And I don't see anything in here. So let's hit that like that. Okay. This is a dark shadow here. And probably the curves of his lip here, right?
Probably.
Okay, so I got some dark shadows here. Let's take one more look at this without the photo behind it.
Yeah, that's but
Yeah,
you can really see it now. That's an interesting shape that his finger
Mike thinks it's cool. See, but I'm not. You know, I barely feel like I could take credit for that looking cool.
Yeah, that's nature.
Honestly, right?
That's
Well, I know it's not. Yes, it's nature to an extent. Also, the photographer.
Yeah, but who cares?
Probably the photographer.
The photographer would have nothing to do
What
with
am I?
it
AI
if it
art? I
wasn't
have
for
to give
nature
credit
of human nature.
to the photographer. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to take this. I'll make another layer here. All right. So we're going to hit this. And I'm going to hit the value on this. Right? Okay. I think this is my lighter color.
Mhm.
So. No. Here. Here.
It's interesting what you're doing here. Is this your lightest value? Which one is
No, this would be second to the third to the end.
this? Really?
Yeah.
So you interesting.
Wow. Go ahead.
It's really dark.
Think it's too dark?
Well, where are you gonna put it? What are the highlights?
Well, let's see. Okay. Let's do this. Come on, man. This freaking wand has not been working right. Like getting my these. Caramba. This wand should pick all the colors, but it's not. I don't know why I'm having that problem. So let's add some luminosity to it. Do that. Well, again, you can't see without the photo. tell you what, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit a mask.
His nose lighter.
Still not light enough?
Are you gonna add a value under all of this?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There's other shadows, right?
Well, yeah. What if you made the bridge of the nose lighter?
You think I should make the bridge of the nose lighter than the cheek? Okay, hold on. Let's look at the
It'll help
picture.
it stand out. And besides, it is towards the tip at least.
But I wasn't getting that deep into it, but damn.
Well, it helps the nose stand out.
I don't know if I can get any light. It's basically white.
You made it completely light now. But the way you had it before. Yeah, you can't even see it, at least on my screen.
No.
I think the way you had it before.
Oh no! Now you got me all freaking. No,
I
now I'm
wasn't
messed
asking
up.
to lighten the whole thing. I was trying to explain, like, lighten the nose bridge.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Right, this is my lightest color here. This is my lightest gray. Okay. It's the darker. That's the second to lightest. All right, and it's multiplied, so I can see underneath
And
it.
that's one lower than the one you just used.
Does that help you better?
How?
How what?
Oh, okay. See.
You're complicated.
Am I?
Yes. Like this is my second gray. All right. This is my first gray. Or my lightest gray. And I'm going to use it here. For that. Nope. It's not what. That's not it. For here. And you don't want to add too many highlights.
Well, no.
Right? There's a highlight here. And then we'll make a highlight here. Damn it. I just created more art. That's it. I need to go take pictures of people. And then just do this with it. And be all like, hey, buy my art.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah. Let me do this.
Saw that on a poster for Redditors Anonymous.
Everybody said that looks badass. Right. Okay, but I'm not even done. Because look, if I take the paper away, that's what it looks like. So I would fill that in, right? So let's hit a darker gray. Darker gray, darker gray.
This is gonna be the mid-tone, right?
Damn it. Now I've lost my shit. What the hell happened to my grays? Mine. No? What the heck? Jaden, you messed something up.
I haven't even been over there.
Oh my gosh. Default color set. Nope. All right. Well, I got them here, so we'll do that this way. Don't be coming in here like that. I know you ain't going to bed.
She better not be. We have plans.
Okay, I feel like that's the same type of gray. That needs to be a darker gray. See, I left. No, that's not cool.
Okay.
That's not cool.
Sorry.
Especially not in the middle of this.
It's funny to watch you.
There. Put that, because this is not the gray here. This is not the grade you were looking for. Shut up.
Is it a reference?
Yeah. And here we go here. See, I should have left those highlights in negative space. This is what I get for listening to you.
The highlights of 5.
So now we know how they make propaganda posters.
Exactly.
Welcome to Artstock Kamikaze, where we're teaching you how to make propaganda. Yay!
We don't have enough.
It's Russian propaganda. From Stalin era. Let's see. All right.
What color is that lip? What shade?
Right here.
Yeah, the upper lip.
Upper lip.
Give you one above the darkest, or
Well, that's what I've been working with. Like this, right?
yeah. Another thing about basic values of faces, the upper lip's always darker. The bottom lip protrudes, and the upper lip goes inward, so the shadow mostly lays there. It does depend on the angle, but usually the light would make that darker. Am I making any sense?
No.
It also just looks better. You ever seen Kim Possible? She's got the darkest upper lip anyone's ever seen.
Is that right? No.
It looks like she's got a mustache.
I just thought she had a mustache. That's because it was impossible for her at her age to have a mustache.
At her age, yeah.
But she made it
That's
possible.
what made it weird.
As Mike says, this helps me understand the forms of the face in relation to shadow distribution with the light coming from that angle. Right.
Nice. He
It's back here.
I don't know if that's what we're trying to do, but he got something out of it.
Well, it is very interesting to kind of do this type of a study.
Tracing is always fun. You learn a lot.
Yeah, no, you actually do. You actually really do. And I'd like to revisit vehicles again and actually trace vehicles to get an idea of those shapes, those dynamic forms to help us understand. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, let's get his hands, and I've got one more photo I want to do after this one. So his hands are about, what shade of gray do you think is the overall?
Okay. 1 or 2 below the lightest? Or the second lightest?
1 or 2 above?
Whatever's against his, the right of his face.
Okay.
Or sorry, the left of his face. Against his face.
Right here?
No. Am I talking
Here?
about the right of his face? I'm not talking about like my right.
Just show me.
That.
Right here?
Yeah, probably 1 or 2 below that.
Where's this? Okay. 1 or 2 below that. So you mean darker, right?
Hmm?
You say below that.
Well, if it was higher, I would say above that. This is how light works in my brain.
Yeah, that's how that works.
In my brain. You missed the in my brain part. That's to me. That's my
All right,
opinion.
but you see here this darker shadow here, so I'm going to come around. And I'm going to hit this like this first. Hit this here like this.
I would also use a tone lighter on that finger specifically.
On this one?
Yeah.
Jeez, you make this thing difficult. Here. Here.
This is like quiet stream.
No, we're talking.
Every now and then. It's like calm though.
But yeah,
It's
it's
much
like
calmer than usual.
it's a. I would say this right here is close to those whites.
You better not be asleep. I'm gonna kill it. This is it. This will be our channel now. I'm actually gonna kill her.
Just ignore it.
Ignore it. Like she ignored me.
She didn't ignore you, Jaden. She just doesn't love you that
She
much.
forgot. She doesn't. I heard what you said. But
What?
doesn't
What?
mean to love you that much.
So I don't think that's a. These are correlating here, so we'll hit that just like that. All right, and I think that's what I want to end up after this finger here. Mother of pearl. What's happening is if you see me select something and it goes negative, it's because of how I have my settings. My settings are on negative. And I'm not trying to get uber perfect on this. So please stop holding me to that standard.
I think you're the only one.
Let's hit this here. And hit those just for the hell of it. Now let's see what we got here. All right. So all right. So this is the image
Right.
before we did anything.
Just some guy. Some hipster.
And some hipster. And now let's look what it looks like without. So it gives us a good understanding of that lighting, right? It shows us that there's a light here. It's a very soft light, except for those sharp points. Okay, you notice I don't hit the highlights very much here.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we could probably add a little bit.
Highlight
What?
right about that corner on the right side of his face. Like, okay, so you know that triangle here, right? On the other side of it, on the right. You're not using a lot of, but I think you should totally put it right there.
Where?
That little. Okay, so right beside his cupid's bow, as soon as you leave the shadow, into the highlight.
Right here?
Yeah, like right beneath the nosy shadow.
But is there one there?
Faintly, but yes.
Mm.
It's just a signal the transition because that form there is lifted. Oh wait,
What?
oh you haven't gotten to it yet.
You talking about here?
No, a little closer to his nose, like
Right here?
under it. No,
Right here?
beneath the nose. No.
Here?
Yes, but it connects to the. No, it connects to the shadow. Does that make sense?
Right up here?
Yeah.
Hang on, child.
It helps highlight the transition.
pull this all out. So that's what we're looking at.
It is a looker.
Huh?
It's a looker.
It is.
It's very smooth now.
Huh?
He's very smooth now.
I feel like his eye's not brought out though. Is it not there?
It's very faint.
Very, very faint, huh?
Yeah, you can barely see it.
Let's do this though. Just because I feel like it's there. Nope. I don't like this. Should have put some music on.
Yeah, you probably should have. Space medical. Soaring through the stars.
Oh my gosh, how old is that?
Probably like 12 years now.
All right, now.
I don't think it's copyrighted though, so you can totally get away with it. Just saying. Yeah. It helps.
It's a little better.
I think it's always gonna look a little weird because this is harsh, very harsh. There's no to be softer people at home. A little airbrush goes a long way between those like transition points.
Oh well, yeah. I'm not hitting all that though.
Just
I'm-
making sure.
I'm not trying, and we'll talk about that when we do the painting next week.
Favorite thing to do.
Well, yeah, but you know what? If we can get it right, if we can learn to do it, and we won't be gritting our teeth the entire time.
Semi. I love rendering, but it's a thing with
Let's be dramatic.
it. There's not a lot of values here.
Nope.
There's maybe 3.
Hence why I saved it to last. Just go ahead.
The easiest.
Easiest one.
It's really dark, but you can still tell it's a face.
But we're going to use blacks on this one. No, I've been using grays. Just grays. Now here we go.
This looks like a horror movie poster.
It's dramatic. I would say it's more like a. Nope, that's not. That's it. That is absolutely not what it was. It's like we're doing negatives. All right, let me see. Where do I want to start off with this? Here. And look, it's that upper lip thing you were talking about.
It's darker.
This is not as easy as I was going to be. Okay, so we got this triangle, right?
Okay, yeah, you got the little face triangle. That's present in a lot of lighting that comes from the side. Like you could even see it on me right now. It's a little bit more obvious because of how close I am. It's not as obvious because of how close I am to the light, but it would be right here. What do you call this part of the face? The jowls?
No, the jowls are really kind of
Are they lower?
like here.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess this would be. It gives like a shadow there. It's part of what gives it the traffic.
To really see that take form.
Tell this one's gonna look.
Well, yeah, it already looked cool before we even did anything. because it's just a cool photograph.
It's an okay photo.
Yeah.
I've seen like that cow surfboarding
I haven't seen
or
that.
that cow skateboarding. You had to be there.
Sounds like it. What's interesting is that little spot right there that has a little touch of light to it
It's
right
like
here.
It's like a highlight.
Yeah.
It's 'cause of you. I did.
Wow.
She be looking at us.
She does. She'd be
Looking at us.
looking at us. That's scary looking.
It's just like, okay, I think this just taught me something, but I don't think I meant to do that.
What's that?
Okay, so this looks like a photo with the contrast turned all the way up. I feel like you could take any image, and if the shadows aren't defined enough, you could just slap contrast to 100, and you'd probably be able to find them. Like that. I'm gonna try doing that now. Do you think it works?
Contrast to 100. Okay, we take this image.
Because this is very high contrast. And if you took an image that was not as,
Let's see.
like, with shadows that aren't as prominent, I wonder if you
Right,
could just
right.
slap the contrast if it would make it more prominent. I don't know, I've never thought
Okay,
of that.
like this. You can't see it, unfortunately. The restaurant. The restaurant. Okay. And I'm going to see contrast.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
It's a little messy. It's not as clean as what you were doing, but it's definitely obvious. It makes it easier to spot those really dark shadows.
Should it be that high?
Probably.
Let's say contrast up to here. Bring the brightness down.
She
Well,
probably looks darker on my screen than it is.
it is very much so. But yeah, this kind of gives you, yeah, I would say it does. It helps you a lot. It's a good.
Because I'm always hearing the tip of like, you have to find an image with obvious shading. Even if it doesn't look that natural, like it's clearly photography. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, okay, well if it's that hard to find the shadow just like in a natural looking photograph, there should be a way to spot it, and this is probably it. Just edit it, spot the shadows, and then you'll know where.
Okay. So that was pretty much a black and white photo, right? Let's do it with let's look.
Yeah, this one looks more natural. This isn't in a studio.
Right. So what we'll do is we'll take that hue off of there.
Is the opacity down, or is it just? Okay.
Yeah, the opacity is down. Is that rasterize? Okay, yes it is. So let's put some contrast on that bitch.
Contrast that bitch. Oh, it hurts my eyes. I think it works.
I mean, you get a pretty good idea of what brightness. Ah!
Shit.
Okay, I tell you what. This is what we'll do. Cancel it. Put the hue on it. All right. Huh? That's the hue. It's black and white. Okay. And then we'll put contrast on it from this point. So doesn't mean a damn thing. Oh wait, maybe because I wasn't doing it right. Let me see. Here we go.
This one's really detailed, but it does make it more obvious.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
The door is almost completely gone.
Yeah.
But it just falls right up. This is probably not the lead map, but it would identify the darkest.
Well,
shadows.
let's do this. Let's take this, the contrast on this. Not as heavy. And come look over here. Way over here. Come on.
I'm gonna
Come on.
slap you. I will do it one of these days. Yes. Made it dramatic.
Arting.
Arting, yeah.
No,
That was a very art style.
that was so art style. All right. So let's take a look at it. Let's look at our first one. This is the house. This was our man here, right? We got with contrast there. Let's see. Here's a buddy here. It's very blue, very monochrome blue. Huh?
Very monochrome.
It's cool gray,
Cool gray.
right? I mean,
Cool gray.
I would say that's a cool gray.
Weird way to say something.
No, it's a cool gray.
Cool gray.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Go look at a Copic.
Okay.
Copic has cool grays.
It's just blue.
Yeah, but you also have a warmer gray. A warm gray is
It's saturated.
okay. Well, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore.
Sorry.
And then, of course, this girl. And that is such an album cover from the 90s or the 80s.
I was thinking
Goth
the
scene.
same thing.
So with that, I feel like we've learned some stuff. Okay,
Yes, we have.
here and there.
Sort of.
Uh,
Maybe someone learned something.
and well, you don't think he did?
I think I learned something.
I mean, once we get this shadow thing done, we're
I am mysterious.
Can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook under Jaden and C. I do art sometimes. I do a lot of commissions with Daphne Lage, and I've done a cover for Rob Montari recently for Snowfall, I think, and a crap ton of Ego Raven covers that aren't over there. Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know.
I don't know when it's ending. It just keeps coming.
It just keeps coming.
It just keeps coming.
All right. And of course, Mike says this would be, well, let's see. Yeah. Cancel. Yeah, this said that would be a great idea to return to vehicles someday. Oh yeah, because we're all about of course I could have done that with the screen. Then well, yeah, but you hate shadows too, so Mike says it was a legit pleasure to hang with you all tonight. Well, we appreciate you coming to hang out with us. At Our Style Kamikaze, the entire Indie Comics Network shows are among the shows I look forward throughout the week. Screw television. That's right, and I get to be on twice tomorrow. On Sunday Funnies with Randy, where we're talking about the Land of Oz from the Marvel Treasury. We pre-recorded that one earlier this week, so go check it out. You might be able to talk in the chat. But yeah, it's a pretty good talk. Well, I love Oz. So I was able on vacation this weekend, so I was able to go ahead and join in on his pre-record. And it was just divine intervention that it happened to be Oz. And of course, I'm on IndieCom, huh?
Sorry.
And tomorrow night I'm on Indie Comics, talking Indie Comics on a Sunday with JD Calderon right here on the ICN as well, where we're going to be talking. I think the question is, are floppies dead and trade paperbacks the new future for comics?
The answer is yes.
Anyway, so Boydie Ghost in the background. You can always find me again at landingart.com. That's LENNING art.com. And yes, while I am going to be around tomorrow, the shows that I will be on that I will be hosting is we have the Monday night movie night coming up Wednesday, where we'll be doing something about sexually assaulting leeches. So check that movie out.
Attack of the Giant Legion.
I know they get attacked. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, and then of course, Chad and I will be back for another Rolling Squiz and Vying Positions of Power, RSVP, where we talk about who God only knows. And next week on Art Style Kamikaze, we'll be looking again at film and getting an idea of color and using a color palette. Not just getting the color palette, but we'll be applying it as far as the values and everything else is concerned. So come, as it'll probably be another quiet stream, but I'll put music on. And we could talk about how wrong I am. Jaden will make sure to tell me. Yeah, right. So until next week, stay art style.
You have been watching Art Style Kamikaze. If you have experienced headaches, bleeding, or a pleasurable euphoria, please consult a physician. Unless you like that kind of thing.